This is the 2 versus 2 Masters Cup.
Live.
Hello everybody and welcome back for game 2 of our third place playoffs today. And starting off as the south side as allies, we've got Brozras playing as the Soviet Union, instantly locked in with Partisans. And his teammate today, Artovik, playing as the USF.
Yes, and in the north we have Helping Hands playing as Osir and Crossfire playing as OKW. Well, I have to say straight away, Partisans is a spicy commander pick.
It's beautiful. It's really beautiful. In fact, we know why. Actually, it's important to lock this in straight away is for that radio intercept. So Brozras is going to be relaying all of the Axis build right now to his teammate. And that's a nice thing, I think, at the start of the game. You know, trying to make sure that they react to everything immediately. We're seeing here just on the right-hand side, pivotal building on this map near the fuel, and Crossfire having to go all the way around, picking a side that has just one window to get the best damage out on this echelon squad. I think it'll be lucky.
Rifleman coming in from the other side, dishing out some really good damage. Stumpani is going to have to retreat before those free echelon get out of the building.
Nice early game attempt there, but allies, I think, should always comfortably take that. It's good for Brozras to come over with that support early on. I think they predicted that that was going to happen.
One thing that I've noticed throughout this, basically the entire tournament, if the Soviet team is playing to snipe, they always go for a radio intercept commander. They just really want to know, you know, if there's a counter sniper that's been in the build.
It's a really good observation, actually. It's so important that obviously they have that comms and when the potential scout car comes out. It's a nice early sniper as well. So Artovik's going to have to play his side really well, really efficiently, push that front line because there are no decent fighting infantry from the Soviets out to push those territories. But definitely like the double engineer build at the start. Of course, they've got a really nice line of sight, which allows the sniper to snipe, of course, with both squads pushed away in that engagement in the center. Sniper is actually going to be really inefficient here, and Brozras has lost time doing this.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised. He took a little bit longer than I was expecting to get the sniper into the battlefield, but he's, you know, picking his shots from a safe range now.
You know, we spoke before a little tight rope that Axis on this map, you know, they really want to dominate that left side, push down like through the middle, confine the allies or the south playing teams to that right side of the map. They've done just that here. They're starting to lock down those positions. They've got the natural defenses from the right-hand side hill, so they're not going to get flanked. It's way too deep for allies to flank there. So it's really good map play from the start.
Well, that was a super early satchel charge. Just going to take care of the sandbag, but why not? You don't have that many things in this commander to actually like spend your munitions on. You got marked vehicle, but that's about it. Yeah, this is interesting.
It's interesting, right? You know, like actually, a lot of these games with the Partisans, I think, have ended up, at least in the past, with some kind of indirect fire laying waste to the ground, creating all these medium cover, and then of course the Partisans can stealth cloak their way up to all the vehicles for mark target with the you know with anti-tank weapons and snares. So it can be useful in the late game even, provided they've got that indirect fire.
Yeah, well, I mean, if you think artillery flares are good for that, the spy network, like, your opponent doesn't even know they're being spied on. It's, like, so good for setting up Katyusha barrage.
Yeah, that's a good point. I like this, by the way, on the left-hand side of the map now, Brozras, using those engineers, he's laying some mines, making use of the early munitions he's got, and just making sure they get the VPs, making sure they get the strap points capped, and just keeping that impression that the map is increasingly you know, growing, the tide flowing against the Axis to the north. And I like that. When you capture those territories, it's a psychological thing that you're getting pushed back.
Well, this is a forward battle group going down for Crossfire. They tried this against Nagano and Scotch. Didn't work out too well, but we'll see how it fares against Brozras and Artovik. But I mean, look at how far back the Axis have been pushed now. Crossfire only going for 3 Volksschmiedies into this tech. Usually you go for 4, so it doesn't have that much infantry to fight back.
Yeah, it's nice positioning, but he's going to lose a lot of manpower potentially fighting from that spot. Crossfire, by the way, has gone with Overwatch Doctrine, so I don't know if we heard some of the early warning flares going up not that long ago. Nice pop of the Minesweepers there on the Stern Pioneers. So actually the mines were detected. Crossfire knows to be careful.
Well, this was a lightning fast tier 1 into tier 2 for Brosras. Got that max amount already. You usually don't see a tier 2 tick this early on. Maybe until like 10 minutes or so, but he got it out super early.
They've got themselves in a fantastic position for 6 minutes into the game. The threat as well from the triple cap at the start just helps to bring them into a lead on the VPs. So it's threatening. It's a threatening game. We just see light vehicles coming on the field now, helping hands with that scout car. Clearly there to deal with the sniper, but that sniper is so protected with this AT gun that's now come on the field. Maxim, of course, stopping infantry, pushing in with the sight.
PTRA squad there, the half track right next to it. Very good sniper positioning for Brosras.
It's funny, really.
Kills
yeah, the sniper is potentially better used against helping hands here because it was the 4-man squads. You wipe the model and it allows USF on that side to go up and easily deal with those engagements. But actually, no, it's just pushing away Crossfire. I think he's really targeting anything that's available, to be fair to him.
Yeah, he's clinging from side to side. Not a care in the world. Racking up kills. Oh, look at this Jaeger Light, though. Managed to get away. Close call. Didn't have the G43 upgrade on that, so can't get that critical shot and knock out the sniper.
I'm sensing good teamwork here. In fact, when that sniper got pushed, Artivik was straight there with the A half track to provide that support and suppression platform. And that to me shows like these guys are communicating very well, very quickly. They've already kind of like made that provision that if this happens, this unit will go here. It was very well done. And it's very promising, you know.
Yeah, well, I mean, look at how much territory they have. They've got the triple cap running, just everything going the way of the Allies right now. Big push back on the right now for the Axis. Just going to bring this infantry out in a blob, and fair enough, you don't want a sniper just picking you off one model at a time. But the A half track rotating over to that side now.
It's an interesting map. There's been more mines planted by Brosras actually outside of the VP in the center. So units that kind of are running on from that, I think, to maybe flank the AT gun. They're covered by the mine there. Even in vehicles might trigger that. And
this could be a wipe. A half track.
I think they still can fire shots, but it doesn't connect.
That was a super close call. Lucky escape for Crossfire.
So I think we're going to see, like, surely we'll see Helping Hands play an elephant here. In fact, he's just picked the commander now with the Jaeger armor doctrine, and that's sensible. Looks like the Axis are going to try and dominate that left side, fight for the middle VP, go for that elephant in the late game. So I think we know the expectation for what this game is going to be. Now we probably look to Artivik, like, what has he got that is going to be able to help to deal with this? And are we going to see an artillery focus here, trying to keep the elephant off the map at range, or are we going to see maybe something with the Pershing, utilizing the smoke and flank, the speed of that tank? There's a good game incoming.
Yeah, well, I think overall the Allies are just trying to rush the Axis down, try to make sure we don't get into that super late game with the elephant on the field, just close out the match before that even has a chance to happen.
I think we're increasingly less likely to see that, though. Axis seem to be getting their foothold back. The preservation has still been relatively good. I don't think I'm seeing many problems with manpower, which means the reinforcing need hasn't been like over the top. They've managed it. You've got this sneaky Raketin now coming out from the center VP, trying to find a line on the AA half track.
Oh, Flame half track going for the penal on the left. Oh, but it hits a mine. Oh, and it gets away. Lucky break for the penal, but I mean, not that lucky. He had the mine there. Oh, and now there's this going for the kill. Flame half track gets away though. Close call for both sides.
These Partisan stealth center VP. In fact, they might have a chance of winning that engagement. They've got the support there from the rifleman. But
I think he's just waiting to ambush something with a grenade.
for sure.
Where's this 222 going? He's diving on the sniper, but getting hung up on this AT gun. Running out of health quickly, just going down to small arms fire. That's really not a great idea. In fact, he's going to take that final shot from the AT gun. The scout car is down. And as far as I can see, that was the counter to the sniper, but perhaps the only one that they've got in the field right now. So diving without using it then, perhaps not a great idea. Of course, thinking in the future, you need the scout car with the upgrade line of sight for the elephant. So throwing that unit, not too great. Yeah, I mean, if you can guarantee a kill on the sniper, go ahead, but that was by no means guaranteed.
Oh, tightrope, here it is. I don't want to toot my own horn, but I think I called this one correctly. Just we see from Brosras, Katusha in the build, so the tech to tier 4 is there. Katusha is going to be firing up the center of the map, and when that medium cover comes on, these partisans are going to be unstoppable.
Yo, he's going to activate the spy network. Going to see this massive blob of infantry next to the battle group HQ, and he's going to annihilate it all with that Katusha.
We know where that Katusha is going to fire first. You just take out that battle grouper in the north right now, and I think we can see this thing pick up maybe 5 to 10 kills on its first barrage.
Barrage coming in, not hitting too much though. Shreya also going down, covering the fuel.
God, you know, that's so far back for the Schwer. I think that gives you an idea of how pushed back the Axis are right now. To be building it there, when normally it can be brought forward to cover the VP as well, you know, kind of shows the situation they're in. They need to build it for the tech.
Here comes the caddy. Long-range barrage, lots of scatter, almost taking out the Stern Pioneer. Not hitting too much else.
You know, if he's doing this to provide medium cover to hop to, you know, I agree with the scatter, lovely. But if he's doing it to get kills, I really don't like seeing players fire from that range, because it is inefficient if you're trying to kill units in one place.
Oh, but so, actually the Stern Pioneers did go down.
Snipers are within range, tightrope.
The Stern Pioneers did go down. Artific's like flanking with these 2 riflemen, like all the way to the Axis base almost. And they managed to pick it up on retreat.
Sniper's just uncovered, I think. Did he just run out of the cover there? They're going to have a knife fight. At this rate.
Oh,
one wrong move from helping hands here. You know, it's horrible. There's so much more going on the map right now, but you always find yourself glued to these 2 units.
Yeah.
Of course, there's a fresh sniper from helping hands, so to lose it here right now would be a really big loss, a total waste of the 360 manpower.
It's actually not been quite as action-packed as the last match, and that's kind of bad for Helping Hands and Crossfire, who are relying on getting to 14 CPs in a timely manner so they can get that elephant on the field.
Yeah, it's been a much more controlled game by Brosras and Artivik. You see the VPs right now, like they own more than double VPs than their opponents 15 minutes into the game. And at this rate, we're not going to see any of that late game.
Oh my god, sick Katusha. And here it goes.
Both of them together. That is brutal. Actually wipes the AT gun, so it's a nice barrage. Some of the rockets are actually going a little bit to the right and hitting some of the squads that did move away. So I think actually Crossfire realizes there's 2 Katyushas now. Just no counter to this. No counter at all.
Yeah. Excellent play from Brosvest and Harvik. Clearly they've scoped out.
Snipers are there. Counter snipe's got to go on shortly. Soviet snipers lining it up. I think it misses. Now it's up to Han Solo, the general there from the USF, to try and finish him off with the pistol. I don't think that's happening. Nope, he's dead.
And what's this coming down? This is major artillery actually coming down on the battle group. Getting some decent damage in. Allies just pushing them so hard right now.
It's brutal. The Jackson from Artivik is just coming up on the right center of the map. And of course, we're only really seeing light vehicles at the moment. The Jackson, a little bit of overkill, but it absolutely will be able to long range deal with things like the battle grouper if they can get rid of those guns.
222's going after the sniper, but doesn't get the job done. Goes down again. There's a rebuilt 222. Han's desperate to kill that sniper, but no dice.
I hate to say it, Tightrope, but I think this could be a very short game.
Yeah, well, that's what I was talking about. I felt like the Allies were going for like a very early game oriented strategy, and it seems to be working out for them so far. 3rd Katyusha coming in for Brosvest. This is the ultimate disrespect.
Was that a squad wipe on the OKW? I think they got a squad wipe and another. That is unbelievable. A lot of models just got dropped then. There's another Katyusha barrage coming in, and these infantry can't even come back in to reinforce. Got the engineers there who are just sitting outside the battle grouper. Kills on the Katyusha. You've got 1 with 16, 1 with 7. And then you've got
there's
another
9
one rolling
kills
up.
from one on that last barrage and 5 on the other. So that last barrage, they were stacking up the kills. Oh, here comes another one. Really putting a siege on this forward battle group, and it can't stand any longer. Down it goes.
Even Artivik there has just picked infantry companies. Already got the munitions for time on target. So constant indirect fire could be used here just to keep Axis off of any of these territories at the front line. This is a well-orchestrated, heavy early game, rush into the late game tier 4 build. I think it's beautiful.
Yeah, I think they scouted out this is what Hans and Crossfire were trying out yesterday. And Brosvest and Harvik saw that and came up with a perfect counter for it.
Crossfire's going for a Panzer IV. He still isn't out of the game yet, at least he believes. And
you can see what's next on the chopping block. They're going to go after that Schwer. Starting to soften it up with the pack howitzer now. Was that an infantry support gun? No, it's pack howitzer.
We really don't,
big Katyusha barrage. It's a retreat, not too many kills.
We have noted as well that actually Artivik during all of this had managed to build caches on the strategic points for his team members, so they've just hugely been benefiting from resource boosts. This whole game, all the infantry attacked up.
About to go down, took a time on target. Jackson finishes it off there. Oh man, not looking good for the Axis. Another Katyusha. This is never ending.
There we go. There's the surrender. It's GG to Artivik and Brosras.
This is the 2 versus 2 Masters Cup.
So what a game that was. That was well, I enjoy it because I think as part of a competitive community, you got to have stomps sometimes. I love them. I was trying to say this. I was trying to say to Ed yesterday. Not every game has to be a 50-minute classic. Sometimes you just get that brutality, and I like that equally. But that's Helping Hands and Crossfire out of the tournament. GG, well played to them. They played excellently well. And Artovic and Brosras as well, bowing out as third place winners, I guess. Can you be winners of third place? Well, they certainly did win that, if that was a thing. And well,
Still
guys,
a podium spot.
it is a podium position, $200 each. So well deserved for the Italian and the Russian players there. Very good. And yeah, a lot of memes in chat, of course. But you've you've got to give credit where it's due. Helping Hands Crossfire got all the way up to this position and finished 4th in this tournament. And yeah, it's great. And also, as I've got to say, well played to Stormus and Tyro for casting there, but I just love doing camera control. I have to say, in tournaments in the future, we've got to do more of that. It's so nice to just have one guy just chilling out doing the camera and two guys doing the commentary. I remember in the first tournament I ever watched, SNF4, that's how they used to do, I believe. So that's kind of cool. I like it. Stormus,
Didn't we do a little bit for? Didn't we do a little bit during GCS? I think I cameraed for some.
Yes, maybe like players. I can't remember. I think we might have done it once, but it's really nice, trust me. But yeah, let's go over to the stats screen and do some post-game analysis of that. Firstly, of course, the big screen that you always committed to, the overview screen. You can see that obviously Crossfire and Helping Hands had a poor game. There's no two ways about it. Both negative KDs for Axis. And Artovic just bringing the damage with that United States forces. I mean, Tightrope, you pointed it out there. Even being on retreat all the way far north as that Pathfinder and the rifle just waiting for things to mop them up. It was really good stuff from him.
Yeah, such a like they just honestly they scouted the strategy. They knew what to do and they countered it perfectly. I think the issue with Hans and Crossfire is they both went with like low grenadier strategies. And they just didn't have enough firepower in the early game. Crossfire went 3 Fox Grenadiers into his tech, and he's just floating quite a lot of manpower before his tech went up. And Hans also went for 3 Grenadiers into tier 2. And that just got them off to a really slow start.
You can see that portrayed beautifully by the army value graph. But one thing I'm really starting to like more and more is points held, now that I actually understand it a bit better. And you can see how the teams diverge and what their roles are. And as we say, Artovic was damage dealer, so we'll just focus on these two teams that are successful third place winners. You can see that Brosras was doing a lot of capping. He managed to maintain 8 capture points out of, I believe this map has 13 or 14. So he had the majority of the map just on his own, of his own violation. On the personal,
I think you can see from that, like, Brosras and Artovic, you can see they're focused on pushing those points and capping the map. Actually, here, Helping Hands did a lot of capping. Crossfire seemed to be pushing, you know what I mean? Like, maybe taking engagements there, because there's relatively little capping being done. But I think you saw that with the rush for Battle Grouper. It was time intensive.
Certainly. Another screen that everybody loves, this always gets like posted on Reddit whenever an ambulance kills somebody, which they love doing. I think Tightrope's also a moderator on Reddit. We get like how many posts a week on team killer ambulances on this personal screen? Like 3, I think. It's been like that for 4 years. Anyway, you can see that the player we had chosen, this is his. You have to wait till you load out of the game to get all 4. I forgot about that. My bad. But yeah, we are now going into the grand finals for those people that are uninitiated with how to follow a competitive event on the internet, which I thought you would be more akin to. This is what stream you're on, but oh well. Yes, we are indeed going to the grand final now. The situation is pitched, and you can also see this cursor. This represents the referees for you. This little pink thing down here, that is Stern Panther updating the brackets for us. Thank you very much to him. And to Ishtari, Kurihi, Brago, all the great guys there. And he just jumped away because he knows that he can hear our voices and we're looking at it. No, 9! Neutral corner! Go straight to it. Thank you, Storm Panther. Great job. But yeah, we're pitched now, guys. We've got our third place winners there. Brosras and Artovic won 2-0 in that scintillating Rails and Metal best of 3. And we're now heading into the grand final. So it's exciting stuff, guys. We're going to go on a tiny wait screen, and it's not only just going to be so we can collect our thoughts and use the bathroom, etc. And then we'll be back pretty soon just to do some more discussion, and then we'll head straight into the grand final. So no, you guys aren't going anywhere, so I don't even have to say it. So see you in a second. Hello everyone, this is a 5-minute warning. A 5-minute warning that the game will commence in 5 minutes. We're waiting for observer delay to tick down. We'll be back with cameras in 2 minutes time. Thank you.